Yizzo, you already know what time it is, man. It's your boy, Grown Man Business TV. You feel what I'm saying? Now listen, man, you can tap in, you can tap out, but you know my slogan. You know what I suggest, and I suggest you tap in, so let's get right into it. Now you already know, time, energy, the highest forms of currency, my G. I know they got y'all here chasing the bag, chasing that money, chasing that paper, stacking that cheese, that cheddar, and that mozzarella. But always keep it in the front of your mental Rolodex that time and energy are the highest forms of currency, my G's, at all times. Is what it is, and it'll be what it's going to be. Now, listen, man. Big salute to all my day one investors, everybody that's highly invested in the channel, everybody that understands that we are growing this channel organically, constant elevation. We on our way to the top, well over 40,000 subscribers, and we on our way to 50K. Even bigger salute to all my newcomers, all my new subscribers, all my new investors, everybody that's making their way to the Realest channel on YouTube, Grown Man Business TV. Yeah, y'all looking for that pure dope, straight off the brick into the bottles, and you came to the right place for that, all right? Now, do me a favor. Wipe your feet off before you walk into the big house. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. Make sure your notification bells are ringing every time we go live right here on the Realest channel on YouTube. You already know, Grown Man Business TV. You know what I mean? Wipe your feet off, man. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. Make sure your notification bells are ringing loud and clear. All right? Now, this is part 3. This is part treso. Uno, dos, tres. Okay? This is part 3 on Donald Trump and the National Guard invading Washington, D.C. Now, one thing for sure, two things for certain. You got to know my DMs are full. Yeah, I mean, it's an overload in my DMs with different people asking my perspective, asking my thought process on what's actually going down and what's continuing to go down out there in Washington, D.C. So you need to know something. We're going to talk about other things. You know what I mean? We're going to definitely, you know, we got a broad horizon of topics that we talk about here at Grown Man Business TV, but we're going to stay on this Trump situation. We're going to stay on this DC situation because it's only getting deeper. It get deep, it get wicked, and it's always deeper than rap. And guess what? The plot is thickened. The plot has thickened, my G. Yeah, word is, and see, you got to know something. We already knew this was coming. We already know what we looking at when these things start to happen. But George Soros, yeah, I mean, we gonna talk. We gonna have a conversation. All these paid protesters out there in D.C. I don't understand why and how George Soros is still able to operate when we all know he's putting millions and millions of dollars into these situations. You know, the higher ups in the elites play chess at the highest level. Yeah, the left wing, the right wing, they all flying the same bird. You know, one hand wash the other and both hands wash the face. So George Soros is in bed with everybody that we look at when it comes to the government, when it comes to Israel, when it comes to the higher ups and the elites. George Soros, all right? And also, I definitely want to give, you know, I want to give my perspective, and I want to give a direct message to everybody in the DM asking me, you know, you ain't from DC, you know, mind your business, you know, blah, 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 blah. You got to understand something. This is grown man business. See, grown man business is a universal language, my G. Grown man business is a universal and it's a global language. So I ain't got to be from DC. Grown men stand on grown man business. And I know you don't like when a grown man is telling you the truth. I know you like to be babysitted. I know you like to talk to Saucy Santana and Little Nas X. I mean, you want those feminine men to speak to you like a lady. I know you're not used to hearing a grown man use his voice, use his baritone, look you in your eyes when he talking to you. I know you ain't used to that. But it's a reason why you keep coming back to my channel. It's a reason why you in my DM. Because you intrigued. You really like that. Deep down inside, you like that. When a grown man, heterosexual black man, leader of the household, look you in your eye and tell you what it is. I ain't asking you. I never once asked you what it was. I never once asked you. I didn't give you an option. I told you what it is. So we're gonna address this. Yeah, we're going to address this, and I'm back. Salute to the chat. You know, we're going to have a conversation. Now, you already know, before I get into this pure dope, this pure information, straight off the brick into the bottles, before I do that, I got to do some customizations to the chat. Oh, yeah. Oh yeah, I gotta do some. I gotta customize the chat. The higher ups and the elites don't like me talking to y'all like this. The higher ups and the elites is playing chess at the highest level. They wanna muffle the message. They wanna blackmail and blackball the channel. That's what they want to do. They want to muffle the message. All right. So I got to do some customizations, man. Big salute to everybody that's in the chat. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. Make sure you in tune. Yeah, man. Yeah. Y'all ain't used to this. Grown man business comes way and few and far in between. Y'all got a lot of saucy Santanas. Y'all got a lot of little Nas X's. Y'all got a lot of that rainbow coalition talking to you. So when a grown man with a deep voice and an Adam's apple and uses his baritone, when a grown man is talking to you, you feel like you got to get defensive. You feel some type of way. You feel like, yo, you get defensive like a woman, like a female would. We at a point in time, my G, where the big dogs and the puppies got to be separated. We at a point in time where either you a big dog or you not. You understand me? You either heterosexual or you not. There is no gray area. So let's do some customizations to the chat. Hit the like button. I mean, we're going to have a conversation tonight, and you need to know something. You know, this situation is deep. It get wicked, and it's always deeper than rap. So it's a lot to talk about. You already thought that I talked about this. I got multiple different angles to approach tonight, this conversation. All right. So big salute to the chat. Hit the like button. Run them likes up, man. I ain't asking for run the likes up and all that. You know what I mean? Yeah, we getting here. Bam. You see that at the bottom of the channel. You see that right there, right? Yeah, you see that. Listen, man, before you get in my comment section, using your Twitter fingers, asking your questions, using your Twitter fingers, all with the Twittering, with your Twitter fingers and all that, all in the comment section and all that, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and make sure you in tune with the Realest channel on YouTube, Grown Man Business TV. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and make sure you in tune with the Realest. All right? Yeah, don't waste no time in my comment section, all in my DMs and all that. Before you do that, make sure you subscribe to the channel. And I want y'all to understand this. When this live stream goes off, make sure you jump in the comment section. Make sure you engage in the comment section. After this live stream is over, I want y'all to start jumping in the comment section. Like, hey, salute to the homie China Brim and all that. Put it in the comment section. All right? All right, here we go. Big salute to the chat. Now, I told y'all yesterday that, you know, where's the YNs at? Where's the shooters? Where's all these dudes that like to get the switches and get the AK-47s and all that? I told y'all already. I spoke to the black community and I said, where are all the shooters at? Now is a time for war. Now it's time to really go to war. And I told you the dudes out there in Washington, D.C., they got that pussy on them. You understand me? I ain't seen a YN. I ain't seen a shooter. I ain't seen a switch. I ain't seen none of that. I ain't seen a Black Panther Party. I ain't seen a militia. I ain't seen nobody standing on business. Yeah, the same way y'all get to shooting up the block and all that, y'all supposed to be doing that with the National Guard. So I told y'all already, keep that gangster thug talk to yourself. When this is all said and done, keep that gangster thug talk to yourself. Don't pop out trying to play gangster. Don't pop out trying to play hooligan. When the National Guard was out there, y'all was hiding and ducking and sliding and all that. Yeah, y'all had your tampons in. Yeah, y'all, it was that time of the month. Yeah, it was a menstrual cycle that came on as soon as them white boys start walking through your neighborhood. We already talked about that. But now I want to go deeper. Now I want to really point the finger at the higher ups and the elites. And I already said this name and I'm going to say it again. George Soros. We already know that George Soros got a history of manipulating the actions of the government. hundreds of millions of dollars to manipulate protests, to manipulate actions of the government. And again, I don't even know how George Soros ain't been sought out and assassinated yet. I don't know how he's still walking. I don't know how, but matter of fact, I do know. He's tied to the higher ups and the elites. He's tied to Donald Trump. He's tied to the Congress, to the Supreme Court. He's tied to Israel. He's tied to the higher ups and the elites. That's the only way he's still able to operate. And right now, what you got to understand is all those people out there protesting, they got a check in their pocket with a signature that say George Soros. Don't let this go over your head or under your bridge. All those people out there protesting, they got a check in their pocket. They've been paid to protest. Because I told y'all before, I already told y'all, when the dog fur get concerned about something, that is a red flag. Yeah, we talking. When the dog fur gets concerned about something, that is a red flag. That is the triple cross. Don't fall for the double cross. Pay attention to the triple cross. When you got white people out there protesting, when you got white people out there saying, you're locking up innocent civilians, that's a red flag. That's a red flag. So you mean to tell me, right? When there's violence going on in Washington, D.C., we don't see none of that dog fur protesting. When it's young black men getting their head blown off out there in D.C., we don't see no white people on the front line. When it's babies out there in D.C. losing their life, infants. Oh, I got the receipts. Oh, yeah, we gonna get into these receipts. When it's violence going on in the ghetto, when it's violence going on in the urban community, white people just live their life. They go to Starbucks. They walk their Shih Tzus. They go get their dog fur trimmed up and washed with the shampoo and all that. But as soon as the government, as soon as Donald Trump sends in the National Guard to bring down the violence, to calm down the streets, to stop the unnecessary violence in Washington, D.C., now you got hundreds of white people standing outside protesting the National Guard. So y'all don't mind when it's violent and we losing our life. Y'all don't mind when we living in poverty. But as soon as it's about to get cleaned up, as soon as they send the National Guard and they start saying, yo, we about to stop the violence, now all of a sudden I got the receipts. Yeah. Yeah. Listen. It ain't race. It ain't, listen to my Caucasian counterparts. I got the receipts of y'all outside protesting against Donald Trump and the National Guard. And all Donald Trump said is, we need to stop the violence. We need to slow down the drugs. We need to slow down the violence. We need to get this shit under control. And now that he's saying that, all of a sudden, y'all want to protest. I told you, anytime the dog fur is concerned, it is a red flag. It is not in their nature to be concerned about what happens to black people. It is not in their nature to be concerned about what's happening in Mother Nature. It's not in their nature. They are not connected to the cosmos. They are not connected to Mother Nature. So anytime you see white people talking about the ozone layer, the double cross. Anytime you see the dog fur acting like they concerned about what's happening to animals, the double cross. Anytime you see the dog fur protesting, you need to sit back and you need to start wondering what the hell is going on. Oh, they're out here arresting innocent Americans, innocent civilians. They're targeting black people. So now y'all concerned about the law enforcement targeting black people. Y'all concerned about that. Y'all worried about our well-being. Oh, okay. I didn't know that. I didn't know that. No. They're not worried about the well-being. They're more upset that the National Guard is coming in to clean up the mess. They don't mind living in the mess. It's a pig pen. Washington, D.C. is a shithole. And as long as the dog fur can live out there in the suburbs or in their high rises or wherever they living at, as long as they can live away from the pig pen, the pigsty, they don't mind. Let them kill each other. Hey, you heard what's going on out there? Let those goddamn guys do what they need to do. Okay? So, let's put this into perspective. It is what it is, and it'll be what it's gonna be. Anytime those people get concerned, you need to put your spidey senses need to go off. Your antennas need to go up. You need to be asking, why are they concerned? Why are they protesting? Absolutely nasty work, my G. Now, again, we're gonna get into these receipts. We're gonna get into these receipts, man. Because, the more I do my due diligence, the more I go through my DMs and I look at these clips, and big salute to everybody that's tapped in with the Realest channel on YouTube. The more information I gather, I just say it is disgusting. It's nasty work. Y'all didn't have a problem with all those homeless people doing drugs in front of those schools, in front of those bus stops. So y'all was cool with that. Walking your little Shih Tzus and your golden retrievers, walking that dog fur all up and past them homeless people. Y'all didn't mind the children going to the bus stop and there's 13 goddamn drug addicts laid out on the street. Y'all don't mind that. Y'all don't mind that. Y'all mad that we cleaning that up? And we gonna talk about the homeless people, because I'm gonna tell you something. It is not the time to be homeless. And we gonna talk, that's a whole nother angle. We gonna have a conversation about that. All right, so one thing for sure, two things for certain, y'all already know. The receipts, man. I don't really like moving without receipts. I learned that. We all learned that over the year. Keep your goddamn receipt. Over here at Grown Man Business TV, I kept the receipts. And before we get in this receipt, I want to say something. I heard you dudes out there, all in the live chat, all in the Kool-Aid, and you don't know the flavor. Talking to DC Black, talking about, yo, GMB TV was trying to get at you and all that. I told y'all, I ain't got no smoke with no YouTubers. It is what it is, and it'll be what it's going to be. But we going to talk more about that, because the YouTube likes blood in the street. That's why you got to bait the algorithm. You got to play the game of the algorithm. The YouTube, this portal, it wants blood in the street. It want this YouTuber to beef with that YouTuber. It want this man to talk about that man. And I ain't into that. I said what I said about DC Black. If he got a problem with it, get at me. Get at me, dog. You niggas want to be killers? Get at me, dog. You niggas want the real? Get at me, dog. What the deal? R.I.P. DMX. You want smoke? Holla at me, man. We can have a conversation. I said what I said about DC, and I'm going to keep talking about DC. With your Chris Brown looking ass. Al B. Shore looking ass. It's like, I was just playing. So let's keep it serious for right now. I don't want to get off track, you know what I mean? But I seen you dudes all in the live. Yeah, I seen you. All right? So, big salute to the chat. Run them likes up, man. See y'all see y'all in here. Run them likes up. Big salute, man. We gonna have this conversation. Anytime the dog fur is concerned, your spidey senses need to go off. Respectfully. All right? Now, let's get into this. Big salute to the chat. Look! Oh, shit, hold on.
It's people that's not... I don't understand it, and I don't think I ever will. Why the... It's people that's not from the city saying DC's not that bad. Why is it from Denver, Colorado, saying DC's not that bad, and Trump is just trying to be a dictator? Gang, DC is like Gotham City, bruh. Like, y'all do not know. Y'all out of towners, bro. Mind y'all business, bruh. 4 infants got killed in a month. This shoot is every day. Contact is every day. The city is wild right now, bruh. And it might say it's the lowest it's ever been. That's because these is not getting caught. There's so much going on. Y'all don't even know, bruh. I'm really recovering from getting shot in DC, gang. So for y'all out of towners to be like DC's not that bad and don't need to be done, y'all don't know, bruh. Like, for real, y'all don't know, bro. What Donald Trump is doing right now, getting the homeless off the street and putting all these law enforcement people in throughout DC, that needs to be done good. I'm tired of Gotham City, gang. I'm tired of that, bro. I'm trying to go to U Street and not have to worry about running from bullets, bro. I'm sick of that.
Now, I'm gonna play that one more time, but salute to that young man. You know what I'm saying, for speaking out. You know, it is what it is, and it'll be what it's gonna be. But it's a couple of things that he said that really stuck out to me. Like I said, it's nasty work. That young man said, before the National Guard came to DC, 4 infant babies were deleted. 4 babies lost their life from stray bullets in the hood, from young YNs, young gangsters, young hooligans, right? Shooting these switches, sliding on each other, and nobody protested about that. We didn't see one white person standing out in the street saying, stop the violence, save these babies. Everybody just living their life. Is okay as long as they doing what they doing over in their area. So again, this young man said, you know, Washington, D.C. was like Gotham City. I mean, the wild, wild west. And babies was losing their life. Did you know that 4 babies lost their life? No, that didn't make national news. That didn't make CNN. That didn't make Fox News. That didn't make DJ Envy and Charlamagne the God playing butt tag every day on your morning radio. That ain't something they talk about because they don't care about that. So salute to that young man. He got a stray bullet in his hand. He's recovering. They can't even go outside in DC. It's so much violence and shooting going on. So I wanted to play that receipt because I wanted to give you some context on what's really going on in Washington, D.C. And again, I said what I said. Y'all gangsters, right? Y'all hooligans, right? Y'all doing all this shooting. Y'all doing all this sliding. But as soon as the white boys start walking through your neighborhood, you turn to a good citizen. You turn to a Muslim. You turn to a Christian. Soon as them white boys get to walking through that neighborhood, now you can articulate yourself. Hey, how you doing, sir? Everything all right? Why are you? Yeah, you sound like you sound very proper. Y'all got that pussy out there in Washington, D.C. This is the part they don't want you to know about. This is the part they not publicizing. They not putting this on national news. The people in D.C. that's saying thank you to the National Guard. I told you, homie. I told you. Real hard-working niggas that go to work and got work boots on, they ain't worried. They ain't mad. They are happy that the National Guard is in D.C. And again, you got all this dog fur protesting. I mean, I got the receipts. You got this young boy right here saying, yo, DC is Gotham City. And then you got all these white people out here talking about, don't get out of our city, blah, blah, blah. Nah, I know what you like. I know you like to see black people eliminate each other. I know you like that. I know you can live with that. Before you look down or criticize Donald Trump for sending the National Guard, do your due diligence, homie. Look outside. Put your feet on the ground. Walk around these neighborhoods. Look at what's really happening. So I'm highly disappointed in a lot of that dog fur. I'm really disappointed in y'all, but I understand it's a check in your pocket with the name George Soros on the check, and we gonna get into that. Paid protesters to counter Donald Trump, to counter the National Guard. All of it, yeah, the National Guard, they're in DC targeting black people. Oh, now you care about the law targeting black. Oh, now you care. You concerned. Well, guess what? Grown Man Business TV told me anytime a white person is concerned, we need to, yeah, why are you so concerned, ma'am? All of a sudden, well, you know that it was a lot of violence before the National Guard came, right? Why wasn't you, oh, George Soros wasn't paying for that. Y'all ain't protesting the violence in DC, but y'all protesting the National Guard cleaning up the city. And then you got, again, respectfully, and I seen that in the chat, yeah, somebody went and told on me and all that. Somebody was in the live chat and they went over there and they told on me and told DC Black, yo, G&B was over there talking about you. Well, it is what it is. You got dudes like DC Black that committed treason on the black community, committed treason, went to prison for 25, 30 years. And now all of a sudden you out here and you a news reporter, you on YouTube talking about, look at what they're doing to the community. Look at what's going on in Northeast. Yeah, send a National Guard in there and lock your black ass up. If you ain't got a job and you ain't going to work, your ass need to be in prison. Go to war or go to work. And I said it here loud and clear. You ex gang members and ex drug dealers, you dudes ain't got no say so in what go down when it come to grown man business. You've been in prison for the last 30 years, nigga. We've been paying your water bill. We've been paying your electric bill. We the reason you got a goddamn TV and cable in those damn prison cells. Tax-paying citizens. So you ain't got no say so. You zip with any of you ex-jail niggas, fall back, man, and watch your mouth. Fall back and watch your mouth, man, when it come to what's going on with grown-ass men. All right? I said what I said, man. Oh, look what they're doing out here in North. Yeah, they sent the National Guard. And listen, either you gonna go to war or you gonna go to work. And if you don't want to do either, we putting your ass in jail. You belong in prison. We put your motherfucking ass in prison, homie. Modern day slavery. Yeah, I condone that. Yeah, I stamp that. I certify. I'm going to put the signature on that. If you don't go to war with the National Guard and you don't go to work, your ass going to prison. That's just what it is. That's just what it is, homie. Like it or love it. Yeah, I said it. Go to war then. You a gangster, right? You was with the DC Blacks, the gang and all that, right? You was a gangster. You was a drug dealer, right? Right? That's what you was doing, right? Well, go to war then. The National Guard want to go to war. Get your ass up and go to war. Oh, okay, you don't want to go to war. A lot of you jail niggas don't want to go to war. You go to jail. You find yourself. You find Muhammad, the Muslim. You become a Muslim and all that. Hamdulillah, Salaikum Salam and all that. You go to jail, you become a Christian. You're reading the Bible. You found Jesus. You come home from prison, and now you don't want to go to war. Well, go get you some work boots and take your black ass to work. And if you don't want to go to work, the National Guard is going to take your ass to prison. Yeah. Yeah, go lay it down. I mean, y'all dudes is used to going to jail anyway, right? You just did 20 years in jail, right? Respectfully, man. Respectfully. It is what it is. Yo, oh, look what they're doing to black people. Black people are being targeted. We always been targeted. But guess what? You ain't never seen a black man with work boots being targeted by the law. You ain't never seen the black man with work boots on having an issue with what's going on with the National Guard. You ain't never seen a black man with work boots having a problem with the police. When the last time you seen a black man with work boots having an argument with the goddamn police? It's always you hooligans. Oh, you gangsters and hooligans. And then when the police come around, it's yes, sir, no, sir. Yeah. When the police come around, it's yes, sir, and yes, sir. Do you have anything on you, sir? No, sir. Is there anything in the car? No, sir. Have you ever been to jail before? Yes, sir. It's yes, sir, and it's no, sir. So I don't care if it's DC Black. I don't care if it's Zip with the Drip. I don't care who it is. You might want to talk to me like you talk to the CO. Yes, sir. No, sir. Have some respect when you see a black man walking through the neighborhood. Hey, man, everything going all right? Yes, sir. No, sir. Yeah, we're going to talk about this. We're going to have this conversation. You're going to go to war or you're going to go to work. And guess what? Those YNs out there in D.C. do not want to go to war. Them hooligans, them ex-drug dealers, them ex-convicts, them niggas is scared to death in D.C. Now, I got the receipts. Hold on. Let's get into some more receipts, guys. All right? Yeah. Somebody got to say it, man. You are not a gangster. You are not that. You are a Muslim. All right? You are a Muslim and you are a content creator. Hamdulillah. Yeah, nigga. Salaikum salam, nigga. You a bean pie eating ass nigga. That's what you is. Somebody go get DC Black and Zip with the Drip. Somebody go get them boys some bean pies and a goddamn kufi. Put your kufi on when you come up here. Put your goddamn robe on and your put your kufi on. Yeah, don't come up here. Hey, man. Hey, respectfully, man. You a motherfucking Muslim and you a YouTuber. That's it. You ain't no hooligan and you ain't no gangster and you ain't no thug. You don't want to go back to prison, do you? And yeah, you don't want to go back to prison, do you? And yes, sir. No, sir. Yeah. Let me tell you something. I don't talk like that. When the police pull me over, I don't say yes, sir. I'm a tax-paying citizen. I'm a grown-ass man. I say whatever I want to say. I don't talk like that. You dudes, put your goddamn kufi on. Go get this man a bean pie. How would you like me to put it in a microwave? Would you like to warm that bean pie? Yes, sir. No, sir. Now let's get into this receipt. Big salute to the chat. Hit the like button and all that. Yo, run and tell that. Yeah, run and tell that. Go tell Zippy. Go tell DC Black. Run and tell. Since y'all in the live chat, snooping and watching, go tell DC Black I said that. Nigga, don't address me unless you got a kufi on top of your goddamn head, nigga. Don't say grown man business TV name unless you got a goddamn Muslim robe on. I don't want to talk to you until you put the kufi on top of your goddamn head. I'm not talking to Zip or DC Black until they come. You a Muslim, ain't you? You a bean pie eating ass Muslim, ain't you? Alhamdulillah, nigga. Yeah. Yeah, don't talk to me unless you got a bean pie in your hand. Let's get into this receipt, man. Look.
About federal law enforcement. But the fury may not be fully organic. Fox News has learned that paid protester requests have increased 400% since President Trump announced the federal takeover of D.C.'s police department. The New York Post reports that high-dollar donors like George Soros have pumped more than $20 million into protest groups currently organizing demonstrations in the district.
Are you here? You're trying to arrest innocent people?
According to the White House, 45 arrests were made last night for reasons including assault, drug distribution, and illegal firearms. 29 illegal immigrants were also apprehended. The district's police chief, Pamela Smith, announcing today that local police will begin sharing information on undocumented individuals with immigration agents.
Washington, D.C. is at its worst point, and it will
in the district.
Are you here? You're trying to arrest innocent people?
According to the White House, 45 arrests were made.
You're trying to arrest innocent people? You're trying to arrest innocent people?
Demonstrations in the district.
Are you here? You're trying to arrest innocent people?
Demonstrations in the district.
Are you here? You're trying to arrest innocent people?
Why are you here? You got all these white people out there protesting. Why are you here? You're trying to arrest innocent people? When did you become concerned about innocent people being arrested by the police? Let's not fall for the double cross. You got to pay attention. It's the triple cross. Don't fall for the triple cross. Always pay attention to that. Why are you here? Because they're here to clean up the goddamn streets. And I want to show you something. I want you to look at this. Look. You see them white boys right there? Them white boys walking through the ghetto. They walking through the hoods. They walking through impoverished areas. And they bringing peace and tranquility. They bringing all type of comfort and peace to the hood. And you got them white people out there trying to stop that. Never fall for the double cross. Always pay attention to the triple cross. All right? Oh, yeah, we got more receipts. I ain't gonna bullshit with you. We got more receipts. Now, one of the things they're also doing is they're cleaning up homelessness. Now, we about to go into a whole nother angle when it comes to like what's going on with the homeless community. Now, I want y'all to understand me. Here at Grown Man Business TV, we go real deep with this information. It's pure dope, straight off the brick, right into the bottles. It's a perspective you're not gonna get from nowhere else. That's what make this channel so powerful. That's what make my voice so powerful. My voice is more powerful than CNN. It's more powerful than Fox News. My voice is more powerful than DJ Envy and Charlemagne the God playing butt tag every day on your morning radio. My voice is powerful. And what we are about to talk about when it comes to homelessness, I want you to open your ears and close your mouth. I want you to pay attention to this. All right? Not only are they bringing peace to the ghetto, not only are they trying to make it safe for the babies to play at the park, make it safe for the old ladies and the hard-working men to walk to the store and get food for their family. Not only are they trying to make it safe, but they are about to clean up homelessness. Now, it's about to get deep. So let's get into this receipt and let's pay attention. Big salute to the chat.
Said, let's dive in.
Look! Oh. You already know how YouTube do. Hold up real quick. You already know how they do. Let's get into it.
Going to help any of those homeless people in D.C. that are being picked up off the streets? Why do you have a problem with how the government is solving the problem? The fact of the matter is this. They need help and the streets need to be cleaned up. So if you're not going to let them come live with you, take a shower in your bathroom, take a shit in your toilet, I don't see what the problem is. We have the same problem here in LA, right? You got to understand something. Most of these people are mentally ill or a drug addict, right? And they need help. They're getting the help they need. They don't have family members to come pick them up, drop them off, So, social workers, police, and mental health teams are out there on the streets doing their jobs. I don't see what the big deal is. I don't see what the problem is. I don't see what the complaining is about. We're never going to fix this country if every time somebody makes a decision, the people complain, especially with one like this.
Now, I like what the young man was saying. Salute to that man right there. But being as though I could see through the smoke and mirrors, right? It get deep, it get wicked, and it's always deeper than rap. It's always deeper than rap. So when you listen to this young man saying he got some valid points, you know, these homeless people are drug addicts. They're sick. They're, you know, mentally deranged, right? And, you know, that's a fact. You know, a lot of these people have issues. You know, I can't even describe the issues that they're going through. I'm sure it's a, you know, an individual thing with each and every last one of them. Is what it is, and it'll be what it's going to be. But he also said that, you know, social workers, police, hospitals, the government are here to help the homeless. Now, this is where I disagree. This is a part of the game that y'all don't understand. This is where the higher ups and the elites, this is where they capitalize at. You understand? You know, we're gonna bring down violence. We're gonna help y'all not have so much violence in the ghetto. We're gonna clean up Washington, D.C. And we're also gonna clean up the homeless situation. Now, homelessness is not something that is hard to fix. You know what I mean? It's easy to, you know, it's an easy fix. If you put the money and you put real manpower behind it, you can have a whole area of a city where homeless people can have free housing, right? Free everything, right? The reason that the higher ups and the elites are cleaning up homelessness the way they are right now is the same reason why the higher ups and the elites was out there in Haiti, out there in Puerto Rico, out there in Hawaii. Oh, we about to get deep now. Follow me. Follow me. You got to know something. The higher ups and the elites, they got to eat. The higher ups and the elites, they got to eat, homie. They got a fetish for blood. They got a fetish for blood. They got a thing for babies. The reptilians. Yeah, I said it. I said it. The reptilians. The people at the top. Israel. Them little hats. You know who I'm talking about. You know the same people in New York City that had those tunnels under those synagogues with those baby strollers in it. With those playpens with the blood and all that, all in the baby stroller. You know them people out there in them synagogues with them little hats and all that. They gotta eat. Not only do they gotta eat, but they like to feed it to the people. They like to feed it to the population. Listen, I need you to follow me. I need you to open up your ears and understand. This is not the time to be homeless. Because when they say they gonna get y'all and they gonna, you know, move y'all and they gonna help y'all, what that mean is you about to become a goddamn McRib sandwich. You about to become a chicken nugget. You about to become a Big Mac sandwich. What you thought? Oh, you thought they was just gonna move them homeless people somewhere and pay their rent? Make sure they got somewhere to live at? Nah. They tell you it's 8 billion people on the planet when it's really about 15 billion people on the planet. But they don't account for those people because those people become chicken McNuggets. Quarter pounder with cheese. A double quarter pounder with cheese is what they about to turn them homeless people. Yeah. Hey, we gonna clean up the hood, right? Y'all don't mind. We gonna send the National Guard and we gonna clean up the ghetto. We gonna clean up the hood, but don't worry, we gonna take these homeless people right over here, and we gonna take them over there to a camp and all that. We gonna put them in public housing. You know, them homeless people, they ain't got no IDs on them. Yeah, they ain't been accounted for. Oh, we gonna take them on over there. You don't mind, and we gonna make goddamn rib sandwiches out of them. When you go to your goddamn local Wendy's and you buy a Baconator, your ass gonna be eating one of them homeless people. Yeah. When you take your ass to McDonald's and you get a quarter pounder with cheese, it's gonna be a quarter pound of one of them homeless people. Yeah. That's why I'm telling you, you ain't gonna get this nowhere else. Oh, we want to help the homeless people. You wouldn't mind if we come out here and clean up the streets and clean up homelessness and take the homeless people, and where are you taking them at? Nobody ain't, Donald Trump, where are you taking these homeless people at? Hold up. We would like to know where they gonna live at. Can we get the address of where you gonna take these homeless people at? Would you mind giving us the address? Would you mind giving us yeah, just let us know where you're going to be at. They're going to be at the local McDonald's. You want a 20-piece chicken nugget? Let me help you out, man. Let me help you out. I got wrenches in the channel and all that, but we working right now. Yeah. They tell me 8 billion people on this planet Earth. This is a huge, vast planet, and it's only 8 billion people on the planet Earth. You believe that? You believe that it's 8 billion people? I'm telling you, it's more like 15. But the other 7 billion, they've been eating them. They've been feeding them to your McDonald's. They've been going to your local goddamn Taco Loco, your El Pollo Loco. Yeah. You went out there and got some El Pollo Loco, and that was a homeless man on Skid Row 2 weeks ago. You went to Hey, listen. Respectfully. You went out there to Publix and you bought you what's them shits called, a Turkish hen. You went and brought a hen. They selling hens in Publix. You know them little chickens, them little chickens that be all up in the little wrapper and it be spinning around. The little chicken, a Cornish hen. You ever ate that goddamn meat from a Cornish hen? Yeah. That's a homeless person you just ate right there. Ain't no such thing as no goddamn Cornish hens. Respectfully, man. You only come here for the real. We're gonna take the homeless people and we're gonna move them to Iowa. It's a factory over there, and we're gonna place them next to the factory. Yeah. Turn your ass to a Cornish hen. You might want to not be homeless. It's a food shortage. And your homeless ass is going to be a quarter pounder with cheese if you don't wake up and get right. Your homeless ass is going to be a Cornish hen. Motherfucker come to my house with a goddamn hen. Talking about, yeah, it's Cornish hen. Nigga, I don't eat Cornish hens, brother. You're something like chicken, you know what I mean? Taste it, man. You will love it, man. It's like a Cornish hen. It's a chicken, but it's a Cornish hen. Nigga, I don't eat hens, nigga. Damn sure ain't eating no Cornish. Cornish hen, man. It's $2.50. You get a whole hen right here. Nah, man. That was Leroy from up the block. That was Leroy, and that was Johannes. They was homeless. We ain't seeing them no more. Now all of a sudden you got Cornish hens all up in the goddamn stores and all that. Open your, that's what's happening. They about to take them homeless people, and we about to have an influx of double quarter pounders with cheese. You think they ain't feeding your ass, them homeless people? Now, I want to show you, and I just need to put that out there. All right? I needed to put that out there. The higher ups and the elites is on to me. They watching the channel. They muffling the message. They blackballing, they playing with the channel, and they playing with the numbers. But at the end of the day, the message is the message. The downloads is downloaded. Go to your local goddamn Publix and buy a Cornish hen and look at the meat. That was a homeless man. Respectfully. Cornish hen. Come on, man. Don't cut up my goddamn house with no hens, brother. All right? Now that we talked about the paid protesters, you know, we talked about the violence in the inner cities out there in DC. We talked about the dog fur being concerned, George Soros, the homeless people. Your next double quarter pounder, your next baconator, your next Cornish hen is gonna come up out of goddamn DC. Trust me. Them people they travel the world. They create wars just so they can go in and funnel out thousands and thousands of people so they can feed themselves. Now that we talked about that, I want to run a receipt. I want to show you with hardworking black men how they feel in DC. What's going on? You know, I'm talking to guys that got the work boots and all that. Pay mortgage. Pay a car note. You understand what I'm saying? Dudes with real responsibility out there in DC, they are highly happy. They are very happy. They are ecstatic about the National Guard being out there. All right? Is what it is, and it'll be. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. You came to the right place. Salute to the chat. Hit the like button and all that. Look!
DC just a month ago, and I would never do this. I mean, this is crazy. This is crazy. It's quiet, safe out here, man. Safe. I remember a few months ago, my brother had his door open. Somebody carjacked him right here in Northeast, right up the street, actually. Got carjacked. My SUV got taken. Yo, y'all hear the helicopters out here? Oh, yeah, we got the helicopters out here. Right? DC is safe. Safe.
Salute, Miss Lovelace. I appreciate that. Let me see what you got right there. Salute to that, Miss Lovelace. They messing with the phones and notifications. Keep spreading that pure dope. Highly appreciate that 20-piece nugget. Miss Lovelace, you already know how we giving it up. Yeah, they definitely playing. They muffling the message. It's something that it just is what it is. You know what I'm saying? Like you said, I'm gonna just keep spreading this dope. I'm gonna pure dope straight off the brick into the bottles. You know, for sure. So I appreciate that 10-piece nugget. All in alkaline lifestyle. I see you in that. I see you in the chat. All in alkaline lifestyle. Make sure y'all go subscribe to her channel. That pure feminine energy that we all do need. Big salute to you. Big wrenches in the chat. Now in this receipt right here, right? You got a hard-working black man out there in DC. I'm talking. He got his work boots on right now. He at a gas station. He's saying it's so safe out here right now. It's no, look. It ain't nobody outside. It ain't nobody outside. Look. He's saying he couldn't even go to the gas station and leave his door open without somebody, you know, stealing a car, hijacking them, Appreciate that. Kush Boy 420. You already know, man. Appreciate that 5-piece, that 10-piece nugget. You already know how we giving it up. And now all of a sudden that the National Guard is in town, it ain't a soul on the block. It ain't one YN out there talking about he got Zaza for sale. It ain't one homeless person. It ain't nobody outside. And I'm speaking for this guy. I'm speaking for these people. You got dudes like DC Black talking about, yo, blah, blah, blah. And then you got hardworking Black Americans, real grown men that stand on grown man business saying, yo, man, it's so safe, man. We can now enjoy the fucking city without no drug dealers trying to rob us, without no jack boys trying to steal, without no sliders. You know, I ain't got to worry about a stray bullet because we got these white boys walking all over the neighborhood and all that. Now, with all that being said, right, I want to elaborate on what I said already. This needs to be a nationwide tour. I'm talking coast to coast, East Coast to West Coast. It needs to be a nationwide tour of the National Guard being deployed on different cities. And I told y'all that Chicago should be next, but I want to take that back. We definitely need to dispatch the National Guard on Chicago. You drill rappers and you sliders and you old block niggas and all that from 63rd, your ass need to be in prison. Yeah, it's a shortage. The jails have been empty. And we need to up the stock. We need to put your ass in prison. Don't get me wrong. Chicago, I'm talking all over. Chicago, everywhere. We need to send a National Guard, start locking your black ass up, and put you in prison so you can find Allah. So you can find Jesus. Because you niggas, when y'all go to prison, you seem to find Jesus, and you seem to go get your bean pies all in the prison. So I think prison is very necessary for a lot of you niggas. It is what it is. But I had to do my due diligence, and I had to take that back. And I had to say, you know what? Philadelphia need to be first. Philadelphia. Philadelphia. West Philadelphia, born and raised on the playground with him, spend most of my days chilling out, relaxing out. Cool. You know that song and all that out there in Philly. The National Guard need to be sent to Philadelphia. Now, I got the receipts. But before we get into this receipt, I want to tell you a little story, right? Follow me on this. Philadelphia. I made a lot of money in Philadelphia, just like Allen Iverson. Salute to Allen Iverson. Another VA native from Virginia that went out to Philadelphia and made a name for itself. I went out to Philadelphia when I was about 29 years old, 28, 29. And I worked on a Navy yard out there in Philadelphia, and I made a lot of money. I had a great time in Philadelphia. Philadelphia was pretty decent still when I was there years ago. And I remember a friend of mine's, I went and got a haircut, and a friend of mine's needed to go to a certain place in Philadelphia, and he took me on a street called Kensington Avenue. Now, I'm going to tell you something. I done been to a lot of ghettos. I done been to a lot of hoods. I done been all over the world, me personally. I done been to Beijing, Bangkok. I done been to Fifi Island. I ain't never seen no shit like Kensington Avenue in my life. Kensington Avenue was a pretty scary place. And when I thought about that experience, I said to myself, Chicago can wait. We gonna come out there to Chicago. We gonna start locking your black ass up. But Kensington Avenue in Philadelphia needs the National Guard. We gotta send the National Guard to Kensington Avenue, man. Respectfully, B. Respectfully. Now, being though You know, I kept the receipts. And I want y'all to look at I want y'all to look at what's happening on Kensington Avenue right now. This is a live stream that I'm looking at. Right now, this is a live stream. Okay? Philadelphia need the National Guard next. Washington, D.C., send that shit to Philadelphia. Gilly and Wallow, they ain't giving out $1 million worth of game. They giving out $1 million worth of lane. Respect. You know what? Here go the receipt. It is what it is. Look! Look! Now, Kensington Avenue was that's the first place I ever been to that reminded me of the zombie, the living dead, the zombies, the living dead zombies and all that. It's like a open air drug market. And outside of Kensington Avenue, you got violence. You got all of these different neighborhoods. You got death. You got young black Muslims killing each other. I'm gonna tell you something about the Muslims, right? I thought that Muslims was related. The Muslims in Philadelphia are man, listen, man, I can't make this shit up, man. I can't make this shit up, man. The Muslims in Philadelphia are the wildest. You ain't never seen nothing like this in Philadelphia. Look. They need to come there and clean that stuff up, man. They need to come and clean that up, bro. Philadelphia need to be next. And I said it here first on Grown Man Business TV. Philadelphia should be next, my G. Look! Now, this ain't nothing to joke about. This ain't, I'm not making no fun of this. This is nasty work. And this is happening right now in Philadelphia and a lot of other cities, right? One of the main reasons of me even showing you this footage and these receipts right here is because as soon as they send a National Guard into Philadelphia, as soon as they send a National Guard into Philadelphia to clean this mess up, you're going to have dog fur standing all outside saying, get out of our city. You're going to have all these random people, especially all these random white people saying, yo, protesting Donald Trump, protesting the National Guard, protesting against the cleanup of this mess going on in this city. Now, right now, when you got all these drug addicts standing outside, you got kids out there walking around, you got people living amongst this, right? Amongst this filth. It's not one person protesting. There's not one piece of dog fur out there with a sign talking about clean up the mess, help out with what's going on, X, Y, and Z. Nobody cares. And I saw the chat, right? I've been out there as well. I've been to Kensington Avenue. I got out my car. I didn't have no problems walking up and down the street, right? But that was in broad daylight. It turned up at nighttime. Your ass to get mugged. You might get killed out there at nighttime on Kensington Avenue. All right? So I just wanted to show you that with all these zombies walking around, it's Zombieland out there in Philadelphia. It's not one protester. It's not one person with a picket sign. It's not nobody saying nothing about this. But as soon as they try to clean it up, now they got an issue. That's exactly what was going on in DC. As soon as we try to fix this, now it's an issue. And I'm going to tell you something. They come into Philadelphia. When they get low on those quarter pounders with cheese out there in DC, when that food source for them homeless people, when it start getting low, they going to start setting their sights on other cities. Yeah, they got a whole bunch of goddamn quarter pounder with cheeses and Cornish hens out there in Washington, D.C. When that shit get low, they gonna pack up all these people right here, leaning and vibing and high and drugging and all that. They gonna pack their asses up too, and they gonna make some goddamn baconators and some cheeseburgers and some chicken McNuggets and some Cornish hens, some Big Macs. Yeah. Is what it is, and it'll be what it's gonna be, my G. It's nasty work. I mean, I can't make this shit up. Yo, do your research. It's called Kensington Avenue. Look! Oh, I can't play that. They playing music and all that. They playing music. Look! Is what it is, and it'll be what it's gonna be. Big salute to the chat. It's 6 o'clock now, so we gonna wrap this up because I want to double back tonight, and we gonna go live tonight. I want to tell you something, right? Big salute to everybody that's locked in, man. We growing. Um, you know, hold on. You know, it's a wicked game, man, and I'm an OG, right? So, last night I said I was gonna go live. I was gonna go live again, but these live streams they absorb a lot of energy. They take a lot of energy. You understand? And you know, I laid down last night. I woke up. It was pretty late. You know what I'm saying? And just like y'all, just like anybody else, you know, I wake up from a nice good sleep. You know, I'm in my bed. I'm laying under high ceilings. I'm at the big house. I wake up. I grab my phone. I roll over. I get to scrolling through YouTube, and I say to and you got to know something, man. We are in a day and age where we have all been desensitized. Now, every day it seemed like another rapper getting his head blown off, and it's a video of this shit. You know, the other day we saw the young man out there in Chicago get drug out his car, pistol whipped, assassinated for his chain. And last night I woke up and maybe about 12 o'clock at night, 1 o'clock in the morning, I rolled over, I'm scrolling through YouTube, and I see a video of a rapper in New York City by the name of Chop Chicken Cheese Chop. His name was Chicken Chop Cheese or something like that, right? Get his goddamn head blown off out there in New York City. You know, smoking, and got assassinated on camera out there in Spanish Harlem or something. He looked like he was a Boricua or Dominicano or Mexicano, right? And, you know, they called him chicken cheese chop sandwich, something like that. And I watched the video, and I watched it again, right? And I rolled over and went back to sleep in my goddamn big-ass bed, man. That's why the National Guard is needed in New York City, Philadelphia, Washington, D.C., St. Louis, L.A. Now, I want to close with this. And I almost forgot this angle, this downloaded, and I almost lost this download, but I want to close with this download. I just showed y'all a lot of poverty. I just showed y'all a lot of pain. I just showed y'all a lot that's going on in these urban communities. And, you know, this is why I say the National Guard is needed. But I want to leave y'all with this. It's evil. We are fighting evil with evil. The higher ups in the elites make it look like they want to help us. They make it look like they're trying to save us. They make it look like they're trying to clean up the community. And then at the same time, they're doing and committing evil acts. So at the same time of cleaning up the ghetto, they scooping up these homeless people and they making Cornish hens out of them and double cheeseburgers and Big Macs and all that. But on a deeper level than that, the same way the National Guard is being displayed in the urban community, the same way the National Guard is being deployed in these cities overly populated with black people, is the same way that the National Guard needs to be deployed on the Ku Klux Klan. That's why I keep telling y'all, I ain't rocking with Trump. Is what it is. If I see something, then I'm going to say something. But when it comes to Donald Trump, he's working for Israel. He's working for the little hat people. He is a part of the issue. So the same way y'all concerned about the urban community, you should be concerned about the Ku Klux Klan. The same way you distribute and you deploy the National Guard out there in Washington, D.C., out there in all these urban communities, right? You need to deploy the National Guard in Alabama, in Mississippi, in Marietta, Georgia, in Texas, in all of these rural areas where you got random white people and Ku Klux Klan members assassinating black people. I'm going to do, you know, I'm liable to do a whole live stream on this, but you got to ask yourself, how was there a RICO charge on YSL and there ain't been a RICO charge on the Ku Klux Klan? How is there a RICO charge on BMF and all of these black gangs and all of these black drug dealers, but we ain't had a RICO charge on the Ku Klux Klan, who have been committing murder on American soil for the last 80 to 100 years? You know it ain't no statute of limitation on murder, right? You know it ain't no statute of limitation on murder, on assassination, right? So even though I applaud the National Guard, because these so-called hooligans, these thugs, and these gangsters, they pussy. So I like to see the National Guard step in and all these YNs get missing. I like to see that, but I would like to see more of Ku Klux Klan members being arrested, KKK members being indicted, having RICO charges. This is an American terrorist. This is a national terrorist group. This is terrorism. The Ku Klux Klan have been committing treason and terrorism on American soil for the last 100 years, and we have not seen one indictment, one RICO charge. Deploy the National Guard in Alabama. Deploy the National Guard in Mississippi. Deploy the National Guard out there in Florida, in Georgia, in Texas, in New Orleans. This is why I'm telling you, it's all evil. It's all evil. You got evil fighting evil. You got reptilians fighting reptilians. You got higher ups in the elites fighting higher ups in elites. It's evil and evil. It almost slipped my mind. I mean, so many download at the same time that sometimes I lose track of a download here or I lose track of a download there. But this download, I can't miss it. Go to war or go to work. And we are at a present day in time where it's going to be war or it's going to be nothing. Why ain't those same dog fur having people out there protesting? Why they ain't protesting the Ku Klux Klan and all that? Why ain't nobody talking about all the bodies that the Ku Klux Klan got? All the murders. Why we ain't start running down in those shacks? Why we ain't start running down in those little towns in Mississippi? Why we ain't start pulling the mask off those lawyers, off those judges, off those doctors, off those police officers, off those sheriffs that secretly represent the Ku Klux Klan? Yeah. I want you to take that. I want you to put that in your pipe and I want you to smoke it before you get to beefing with me. I want you to understand that you either lost or you found, my G. You either lost or you found. It's going to come a time where we as a people, we're going to be fully tired of watching more and more black people get RICO charges. More and more black people become indicted. More and more. The same way the YNs need to be in prison, the Ku Klux Klan need to be in prison. The same way thugs and hooligans, the same way I vouch, lock their asses up. You either going to go to war or you're going to go to work. And if you don't want to do either, take your black ass to jail. It's the same way those Ku Klux Klan members need to be locked up. They need to be put in prison. Lock all their asses up. Let's put their ass to work. Free slave labor. And your white ass could be a slave. We make your white ass, yeah, you could be a slave too. It is what it is, and it'll be what it's going to be. It is what it is, and it'll be what it's going to be. For the hard-working black man, I'm speaking because I understand. I understand how y'all feel. We don't want to go to jail for smoking one of you YNs. We ain't trying to blow your head off. We ain't trying to contribute to the murder rate. So the National Guard is needed so that we could go get gas. We could go to work. We could provide for our family without a stray bullet coming in our goddamn house. But always understand that just as much as we need the National Guard in the urban community, we need the National Guard in these sundown towns. Why y'all ain't ran up in these sundown towns yet? You know, the little towns they say we can't go unless the sun is up. Why y'all ain't ran down in these country towns out there in Mississippi and started locking their white asses up? So understand me, man. I understand what's going on and I get it. I would rather see y'all go to war. You like to shoot? Y'all got switches? I want to see you go get some hats. Go get some National Guard hats. Yeah, you got all these hats in the ghetto. Go get some National Guard hats. I would like to see that. But I'm telling you, it's evil with evil. That's why they ain't going into to get the Ku Klux Klan. That's why they ain't out there in Mississippi. That's why they ain't out there in Florida. That's why they ain't out there in Georgia. Because the evil is allowed to live if it's the right color. Yeah, if the evil is the right color, then it's allowed to grow. It's allowed to thrive. And it's allowed to live. But if you got melanin in your skin, we got to bring that down to we got to bring that to a halt, my G. We got to calm that down. But if you're a white man, you could be a judge and a criminal. You could be a doctor and a Ku Klux Klan member. You could be a sheriff and a criminal. And nobody say nothing. Nobody do nothing. All these black truck drivers coming up missing at the hands of these white men in those rural country areas. All the tales of all the dead bodies, all the murders, all the people that came up missing over the years. And we ain't went down there. We ain't sent the National Guard down there. Watch your back now. Watch your front. Here we come. Gunshots to bust. Now you stuck. Fuck the rap game, nigga. This MOB. So believe me, we enemies. I go against all odds. So the drug motherfuckers know to be the realest shit I ever wrote. Against all odds. To all my thug niggas getting blowed. To the truest shit I ever smoked. You like that? You like how I brought that Tupac? Yeah, don't worry. That's how I do over here. Don't even worry about it. You like how I brought that in there like that? Yeah! You like how I slid that Tupac in there? Y'all want to go to war? Go to war with the National Guard. Take them switches down there. Take them switches down there to Mississippi. Alabama. Go to war with the KKK. So believe me, we enemies. I go against all odds. So my thug niggas getting blowed to be the truest shit I ever smoked. Against all odds, up in the studio getting blowed to the truest shit I ever smoked. Puffy getting bribed like to hide that fact. I ain't gonna do all that. You already know me. Give it up. Big salute to the chat. So what I'm about to do is I'm gonna get up out of here, right? I'm gonna get up out of here, and we gonna double back tonight because, you know, I definitely got some more to talk about. I needed to get this out the way, and tonight we gonna either talk about Biggie Smalls, the situation I saw with Biggie Smalls, or we gonna talk about the situation I see going on with Dr. Umar. I think that's pretty funny. The downloads that are downloading about Dr. Umar are really funny downloads, you know. So I might talk about that. I got some real good game for Dr. Umar. But we'll see. But 9 o'clock, between 9 o'clock and 9:30, make sure your notification bells are on. Make sure your notification bells are ringing. And we're going to go live tonight and get the week started, man. So big salute to the chat. Yeah, Dr. Umar, man. You know, I might talk about Umar tonight. I think I'm going to do that. This nigga is funny. He's a funny dude. And I got a perspective and a download for Dr. Umar that nobody said yet. Nobody's giving him this game. Nobody is really, you know, educated this man on why he's losing the school, why he's falling off. And you know, I don't mind. I want to talk about that. And then we'll go into we'll segue into a few other things as well. You know, you got to bait the algorithm and all that. So that might be what we do. All right. So don't worry, man. We gonna lock in. Yeah. Is what it is, and it'll be what it's gonna be. So listen, man, you already know what time it is. Let me get 20 more likes, man. You in the chat, hit the like button. Make sure we get to 200 likes before we get out of here. Hit the like button and all that. It's your boy, Grown Man Business TV. You feel what I'm saying? Now listen, man. You can tap in and you can tap out, but you know my slogan. Yeah. I mean, you do know what I suggest, and I suggest you tap in. I mean, I suggest you tap into this Grown Man Business. I suggest you tap into this Grown Man content at all times. You already know what it is. Straight off the brick into the bottles. Straight off the brick into the bottles. Straight raw, pure, uncut, no extras, no preservatives. We not sugarcoat nothing. We not dressing nothing up. I'm giving you this pure game, pure dope, straight off the brick into the bottles. Put that in your pipe and smoke it. No fentanyl, no quinine, no baking soda. We don't water whip this dope and we don't counter whip this dope. I don't put it in the Pyrex. It's straight off the brick into the bottles. It's pure, it's raw. The National Guard is needed in D.C. It's needed in multiple different cities all around this nation. I really think that the National Guard being deployed is a genius idea. I really think that it's a genius idea. But let's not ever forget. If we're gonna attack evil, if we're gonna attack violence, if we're gonna attack criminals, if we're gonna go at it, then let's do it all the way around the board. You know, the KKK need to be examined and they need to be indicted and they need to be exposed the same way y'all did YSL. The same way y'all did the Black Mafia family, BMF. The same way y'all are invading D.C. Y'all need to be in Mississippi. Y'all need to be in Alabama and all of these wild-ass country areas where you got KKK members committing murder. And until America really does what it needs to do, it is what it is, homie. It'll never be great again. America will never be great again. Never be great again until you really do the work, until you stop, you know, cornering and targeting a certain people and then letting the real evil get let's just live scot-free. Scot-free. Stopping what's going on in the urban community, that's gonna help people that live in the urban community. But that ain't America will never be great again until it really pop off. Until it really jump off. Until we see the Ku Klux Klan laying down in handcuffs. Until we really see the work being done, America will never be great. Do not believe the hype. America will never be great again. Ever. Is what it is and it'll be what it's gonna be. Big salute to the chat, man. Get them likes up, man. I need 200 likes in here, man. 100 people still in the chat. Y'all still here. Hit the like button and all that. If you ain't hit the like button already, hit the like button. 200 likes and we gonna get up out of here. Hold on, let me see. Yeah, 30,000 views on this joint. Pretty decent numbers, man. We having our way. We having our way with this YouTube thing. You understand what I'm saying? You know, the reason why this channel is growing organically is because we are not doing celebrity gossip. We might talk about celebrities. We might have conversations, but it's just real downloads downloading. Let them other dudes do the celebrity gossip. Let them other dudes talk about, Cameron and Omar Gooden and shit like that. Who cares? Nigga talking about Cameron and Omar Gooden having a battle rap. Niggas is talking about whatever's in the algorithm. We pressing a line. We pressing a line. We pressing the issue. That's the difference. When you talking about celebrity gossip, you ain't pressing no line. You talking about a narrative that's being fed to you. When you talking about this, when you pushing a line on this, you become a threat to the establishment. You become a threat to the establishment. So with that being said, you already know what time it is, man. It's your boy, Grown Man Business TV. You feel what I'm saying? You can tap in, you can tap out, but you know my slogan. You know what I suggest. And before I leave, right? Don't come talking to me. I don't want to hear nothing from none of you niggas, especially you Muslims, unless you got your kufi and you got your garment on. All right? If you say my name, nigga, if you talking to me, make sure you got your Muslim garment on and you got your kufi and you got a couple of bean pies in hand. All right? If you come to me without that, it ain't nothing to talk about. All right? You bean pie eating Muslim niggas, make sure you got a couple of bean pies and you got a kufi on before you approach. I ain't got nothing to talk. We ain't got nothing to talk about. I said what I said with your bean pie eating ass. All right? The thug culture, the gangster culture is dead. It ain't a thug outside right now in Washington, D.C. It ain't a gangster outside right now in Washington, D.C. It ain't a hooligan you can't see a hooligan a mile away right now in Washington, D.C. So I don't want to talk to no hooligans. I don't want to talk to no gangsters. And I don't want to talk to no thugs because y'all are non-existent. Put your goddamn Muslim garment on and your kufi and bake me a goddamn bean pie if you want to talk to me. Make sure you bake that bean pie nice and neat. I like them warm in the middle. I like my bean pies warm in the middle. All right? I just wanted to say that before I got out of here. Make sure you got a kufi on your goddamn head. You got your Muslim garment on. You got your praying rug laid down. And you got a handful of bean pies. And then maybe we can have a conversation with your bean pie eating ass, nigga. All these goddamn Muslims. You gangster niggas go to jail and you turn Muslims and you turn Christian and all that. That's why I say a lot of you niggas, we need to send y'all ass to jail. Your ass need to go to prison. If you ain't going to war with the police, if you ain't going to war with the KKK, if your ass ain't going to war, then you need to go to work. And if you ain't going to work, we need to put your ass in prison so you can find Allah, so you can find Jesus. Yeah. Salaikum salam, nigga. Yeah. I wanted to leave y'all with that. Nigga, when you go live or you do a video, you need to have your goddamn Muslim garment. Don't say my name without your Muslim garment on. Don't say my name without your prayer rug and your goddamn Arabic goddamn word and all that. You niggas go to prison and you become Arabic. Alhamdulillah. Alright. So you already know, man, it's your boy. Grown Man Business TV. You feel what I'm saying? Now listen, man. You can tap in, you can tap out. But you know my slogan. You know what I suggest? And I suggest you tap in.